guys, I'm Nathan from Arms and Armor. Got our friend Guy Windsor here.
Hello.
And we're looking at the Schloss Erbach longsword from the Oakeshott Institute collection. So this is a German longsword, came out of Erbach Castle, late 15th century. It's got the original grip on it. And this sword is a longsword that was meant to be used. It was in the armory. I'm just curious what your thoughts are as you hold this, piece of history that's related to the kind of sword fighting you do.
My initial thought is glee.
Glee, that's perfect.
Yeah, and a certain sense that I'd actually quite like to do murder today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig's over there. Don't do it, we need him.
Alright, fine. Yeah, it's a bastard sword in the sense that it has relatively long blade and a grip that is big enough to get two hands on, but it doesn't have that. I mean, if you get three hands on, we'd think of it as a long sword.
Sure.
Right? But it's certainly long enough a grip to be doing two-handed work, and this is, okay, it's a little later than Fiore was writing stuff, but the swords he was using, many of them were very similar to this in many ways.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
So the first thing, it's super rare to get to see an original grip.
Yeah.
Most of the grips are modern or put on in the 19th century or whatever.
Victorian. Yeah.
Yeah. And they are usually far too chunky.
Yeah.
Because people are thinking big, heavy sword, big, stupid grips. It's an axe, but an axe handle on it.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas you can see from this, if I just adjust my hands to the camera so the viewers can see, excuse the very sexy gloves, I'm not miming. Holding the sword in the extended grip, there's plenty of space for these three fingers to make contact along the side of the thumb. The little finger isn't, because we have this larger, this swelling here, which we'll get into in a minute. But when you have that just connection with the weapon, it just sits there, right? It is super precise.
Yeah.
It looks like a bit of a beastie meat cleaver.
Sure.
But, you choose which eye you want that to go through, and it'll just do it.
Yeah.
Because it has this really sophisticated word that comes to mind, but it's not an accurate word to use in this case. It has this very precise connection between what's going on in the handle and what's going on in the blade. Just feeling that you know exactly where each edge is, you know exactly where the point is, and you can kind of close your eyes and put it wherever you want.
Right, that's the interface between your art and your victim.
Yeah, and if you look at the thinness, the narrowness down by the pommel, at that, if I just turn it around this way, maybe.
Yeah.
This will be, okay. Even my little finger could make contact with my hand if I wanted it to. So that gives you that really kind of solid connection, because if your fingers are touching the other parts of the hand, there's this sort of neurological phenomenon that kicks in, which gives you a lot more grip strength and a lot more
proprioception. Yeah,
proprioception and just feeling of what you're connected to. The positioning of the swelling in the grip. Yeah. When I had a longsword custom made, the smith, J.T. Palika, genius smith in Finland, I had to go into the smithy so that he could place this swelling exactly where it should be in the base grip. Yeah. Because you have a choice. You can either have it to support the base of the hand,
kind of like a pommel does on a one-handed sword. Yep.
Or it can be to support the forefinger of the backhand. Sure. And in this case, with this bastard sword type grip, you can get both at once. Yeah. Which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
So, just...
Yeah, it's interesting. On these ones, the risers are usually right where one of your hands.
Exactly. And it's usually one, if there's a long handle, it's one or the other. Yep. And again, the forehand, the part where you grip with your sword hand, the part closest to the blade, actually, just a little bit, I would really take your nose off. A very good video.
I'm too pretty though.
Yeah, indeed. Right. This, you have that shift between, you can see my fingers better this way around, shift between like a chambered grip and an extended grip, right? You have this support in the handle, which is lovely. You're not going to do so much twisty-turny stuff around the handle, although of course you can shift from a extended grip into, for example, the bicornal grip or the German thumb-up grip. Don't know why we call it the German thumb-up grip, but it's around in all sorts of other places. Whereas here, the hand is basically cylindrical at this point, and so as you're going from, for example, this position to, well, no, stay in shot. So from an posta longa, for example, as you're going to finestra, that turn to get into this position is super easy.
Yeah.
But because you have this fabulous shaping on the pommel, you can still feel exactly where things are. So if this hand went wrong for some reason, you still know exactly where the point is.
Yeah.
Right? At any point in that turn, it's just, oh, I know exactly where the point is.
Yeah.
It's almost like they really knew what they were doing.
I know, right?
And they were making sophisticated tools for sophisticated martial artists. It's almost like
it is almost like it.
Yeah. And so,
and it's like their life's dependent on it.
Yeah, and going from there to bicornal is just the easiest thing in the world, because you have that slide around, and you can shift to support from supporting the edge to supporting the flat. Oh, it's just so lovely.
Yeah. I say it's one of the coolest things about being able to do what we do, working with all kinds of sword fighters and original swords. And when we make this sword, you know, we make a replica of it, and then we come into this room.
Yeah.
And compare it to the original one.
Yeah, there's a reason why I have, I think, 5 of your swords in my
Totally, we appreciate it.
and it's German, right? So
it
will probably speak German.
It totally speaks German, yeah.
Don't want to take
that's okay.
Yeah, so you have that. Yeah.
It wants to do this. It's huge.
Yeah, and these turns around the middle of the sword are just,
Yeah, right. It moves around right here.
Yeah, so we look at Fiore's Punta Falsa, you parried, and you show that you're coming to strike him in the head with a strong mezzala, and you make that turn, thrust into the point.
Right there.
Yeah, this just, you don't even have to look at it.
Yeah.
You just know exactly where it is. So you've made a mezzala, and just, boom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you should be looking at your opponent, and your sword will just go exactly where you want it. And that turn around the middle takes the point up and around that sword, and it's just super stable.
Yeah, I have to say it's really nice to stand next to a competent and safe swordsman who's using this. I've stood in this position with some other people. So I felt the terror of the functionality of the weapon.
Yeah, and it still has a lot of authority.
It does. Yeah, but it weighs 3 pounds.
Yeah,
and just under.
Just under 3. Yeah.
And from the hill design, obviously, you should be able to use it with one hand. And
yeah, especially for mounted. Yep.
So just so I know where you are.
Yep.
Yeah, Fiore has these sort of one hand plays, which, and it's just flies.
Yeah.
Or if you're parrying the thrown sword.
Exactly.
Oh.
Then you show, ha-ha! This is traditional.
Avanti!
Exactly.
Because we're Italians, right?
Oh, cool. Well, thank you, Guy. I love your insight into this one. And we'll look at a whole bunch more.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Guy. Guys, Guy.